So I got a call from a buddy of mine that was doing a commercial for the new lineup of Chevy trucks. And he knew I was in the area. I just moved to this region of Northern California, and he said, hey man, I'd like you to go check out some locations that may be good for filming. One of the locations that came up was actually the Rubicon, so I decided to take my stock Tacoma to see if a stock Chevy could make it through. All right, I'm just gonna do one at a time. Probably get down to 12 to 15, probably 15. I don't want to go too low. So we'll start at 20 and see what that does. They got a little bit of a pooch coming out, and I don't want to go too low. They are low profile tires. They're Maxxis, so they should be decent. But like I said, they're low profile. Let me see what the 70 series, 265 70 17. So they're not a huge sidewall, but there we go. All right, so we're down at about 20 psi. We're gonna start there. They got a good little bit of sidewall flex going. They are load range E, which I didn't realize, so that's good. They're nice and strong. So let's see how it does. It's gonna be a lot smoother already, I can tell, but we'll see how it does. If we need to air down a little bit more, we can. I have a compressor and I have a spare tire, so let's get after it. That's confidence inspiring. We got the first little bit of rocks underneath the tires. Haven't slipped a tire, haven't had any weird banging. I'm hitting my trailer hitch, which I knew I was going to. But it's good to come out here and just make sure that it actually works, and that, you know, I didn't just end up at the spillway and couldn't get up the hill. So that's good. So let's carry on. Boys, we are coming into Gatekeeper right now, so I'm gonna shut the cameras off, get everything set up, and kind of walk my line a little bit and see what I think, really. I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen? I get stuck, break something? Yeah, those are pretty not great options, but I think if I go slow, I should be all right. Okay, so the front's all clear. We're just trying to get up and over. Okay, I just work it a little bit more. I may even work my ass end over a little bit. I think that might be the key. Work my ass end over this way. Oh, that may be sitting pretty. Yep, okay. That's some good driving right there, boys. All right, I hear people coming. I gotta get out of the way. So the main goal of this trip is really to see if we can get a stock-ish type truck. I come to find out there was the new ZR2 Colorado, the new Duramax whatever, and the new 1500 line of pickups. So the goal was to see if we could get them into the Granite Bowl, which I think and everyone thought would make a fantastic place to film some drone shots and a little bit faster moving truck shots, maybe bouncing off some rocks here and there. So that's really where I'm trying to get to, and come to find out this is much too difficult for what they were looking to do. All right guys, I'm gonna get you in here. We're stuck right now on the frame rail, as you can see right there. That's just about it. So I've stacked up a couple rocks here, hoping that's all it takes. I kind of dragged myself into this position, so a little bit of work in, and hopefully we'll get ourselves out of it. I got a couple of tricks up my sleeve. I'm not super worried about it. It's also way less busy than I thought it was going to be, so that's a plus. A plus and a minus. If someone was here, they could just tug me back. But so let's get to getting this thing out right now. Let's see if my little rock castle works. Probably not, but you gotta start somewhere, you know? So as you can tell, the only real recovery equipment I have on this isn't really recovery equipment, but I'm gonna do my best. I see some Jeeps coming in, so maybe they'll be able to give me a tug if I can't do it first. In terms of recovery equipment, I really didn't bring that much. I have a tow strap, a come along that you see me using here, a couple 2-inch ratchet straps, and soft shackles. I didn't think I needed more than that because I'm not going all the way through the Rubicon. I'm not trying to take the hardest lines, and the Rubicon is a relatively well-traveled place that if you wait long enough, somebody's going to come along, and everyone on the trail is more than happy to help you. In this particular instance, there was a group of about 30 Jeeps coming up right behind me that if I wasn't able to get it unstuck, they would certainly have the means to pull me backwards. Just a little nudge, which I end up using somebody's help a little bit later, but for this particular instance, I was able to get unstuck with just a come along, putting the truck in neutral, having a little bit of tension, or a lot of tension I guess, and then putting it in reverse and backing out from having the frame rail stuck. Well, it's lunchtime. We got a bunch of Jeeps, part of the Jamboree, making their way through here, about 30 of them I guess, so I pulled out of the way. It feels good to be back on the Rubicon, I'll tell you that right now. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, should I give it another go? I spent probably 45 minutes here. Is this Scout really going to want to struggle on this obstacle. I'm sure the 02 has a locker, like I said. We could probably make it through here, but I'm hitting skid plates, I'm hitting frame rails. Is that what they want to do with this stock truck? So as I get up and out of the way for this whole Jeep Club to come through here, I'm thinking about whether or not I want to go again. And then, you know, it kind of dawns on me that I'm getting up here with no problem. So maybe I should just go this way and around. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't know. I looked at it initially and I was like, no way. But now that I look at it, maybe way. So let's see. Once the Jeeps had actually gone through and I had pulled up and out of the way to let them by, I realized that this actually might have been the better route for me to go anyway. I wrote it off immediately as a no way, but it turns out that a lot of the Jeeps that went through the main part of the trail there actually struggled pretty decently. Even some Jeeps on 40s had to, you know, put both lockers on to make it through the obstacle. Granted, they weren't, you know, using a spotter or doing the best they possibly could, but for something like this truck, I'm taking every rock into consideration and getting out very often, looking at my line, lining up the tires as best as I can, because as soon as one tire lifts off the ground, this thing's just about dead in the water. So I was able to use this bypass or secondary line, it's not even really a bypass, to get it through this part of the obstacle. Who'd have thunk it? Let's look at our line here and we'll be caught back up to those Jeeps in no time. They'll be pissed. I got nothing against Jeeps, but it's a little embarrassing, you know? It's not the Jeeps. It's not the Jeeps. It's not the Jeeps, it's the driver. Forgive me for saying so, internet. It's not the Jeeps, it's the driver. Toyotas have their fair share of poor drivers, but they're all driving newer Tacomas, you know? So in this case, I ain't getting through here. Ain't no fucking way. Oh, is that somebody trying to come out? There ain't no way I'm getting through here. Okay. It's a bummer, because this is like it. This is the hard part. one shot. I'm gonna pull it back, and then we'll make up our mind. I'll make up my mind if I want to give it one more shot, but we'll start by pulling it back. And folks, this is why you always use the appropriate recovery gear, name brand, made in the USA, weight rating, certified, working load limit, just where you need it to be, and you don't do what I do and use the cheap stuff and use stuff that's not supposed to be used for recovery situations or side loading things, or anything other than tying down a bicycle. Son of a bitch. And just like that, even though I've been talking shit about him, a Jeep was there to save the day once again and get me unstuck. Well guys, that's gotta do it. I'm just not making the progress I had hoped, and I don't have any body damage, but it's getting too tough just for the purposes that I came out here for, to really see if a stock Colorado could come out here. And I gave it a valiant effort. You can't tell me I didn't. I got no rocker panel damage. I made it about halfway through Gatekeeper. Gatekeeper's no joke. We may be able to, if that truck is bigger and lifted and it doesn't have running boards, look at this. Look at this. I lied to you all. I friggin' lied! Oh! Munch City. That's alright. That's where them rock sliders are gonna come in. So, I mean, it is what it is, I came out, I had a blast. I've been out here for about 2.5 hours now, and it's just, we'll get some shots here, we'll get some shots up on this granite over here, and if we can't push it any farther, then it is what it is. I may go home and weld the diff. That's an option that I have to kind of get in here farther, but I just think it's probably a lost cause. So that's it. Let's head out. We'll see if anything fun happens on the way out, and then we'll wrap this video up. You guys tell me there's a rock right there. Correct. That's gonna do it, boys. I'm not gonna do too much more. Well, boys, got a little taste of Rubicon this morning. I went back and picked up Stephanie, and now we're just heading into Fordyce.
Right.
So we'll see how far we get in here. If it's any easier or better or more picturesque for this, you know, photo shoot or commercial or whatever. But it's only 45 minutes from my house, so I said, screw it. Grab stuff, grab some snacks, refill the cooler, and we're on our way. So we shall see.